The massive alien ship hung silently in space, its dark metal hull reflecting the distant light of Earth's sun. Inside, Supreme Commander Vale stood tall, his four eyes fixed on the holographic display of the blue planet below. His scaled skin shimmered under the soft purple lighting of the Dominion's flagship bridge. "Such a primitive world," he said, mandibles clicking with amusement. "They still burn fossil fuels. Their vehicles roll on rubber wheels. They haven't even unified their planet under a single government." He turned to his science officer. "How many nations do they have?" "Over 200 separate territories, Commander. They waste resources fighting among themselves." Vale smiled, showing rows of sharp teeth. The Dominion had conquered 12 galaxy sectors, and Earth would be their easiest victory yet. Their scans showed cities powered by burning coal and oil, armies that still used projectile weapons, and spacecraft that couldn't even reach their own moon anymore. "Prepare the report for the War Council," Vale ordered. "Earth will make an excellent mining colony. Their oceans alone contain enough rare minerals to fund our empire for centuries." But not everyone on the bridge shared their commander's confidence. First Officer Reed, the youngest of the command staff, studied the detailed scans with concern. "Sir, I noticed some unusual readings. Their weapons, while primitive, show remarkable killing power. And their soldiers." He paused, double-checking the data. "They can fight in almost any environment on their planet." Vale waved a clawed hand dismissively. "All planetary species adapt to their worlds. First Officer, nothing special about that." "But sir," Reed insisted, "their planet has environments ranging from 50 degrees below freezing to 50 degrees above. They fight in deserts, jungles, mountains, and Arctic regions. They can swim underwater and climb the highest peaks. I've never seen such adaptability." The commander's attention drifted to another display showing Earth's military bases. Such simple defenses. Their most advanced aircraft couldn't even break the sound barrier 5 times. Their ships still floated on water instead of hovering above it. Their tanks used tracked wheels like children's toys. "Send the scouting parties," Vale ordered. "I want detailed scans of their 20 largest military installations. We'll crush their strongest defenders first, and the rest will surrender quickly." The scouting ships descended through Earth's atmosphere, cloaked from human detection systems. They recorded footage of aircraft carriers, Air Force bases, and Army training grounds. The aliens watched human soldiers running obstacle courses, lifting weights, and practicing with their simple weapons. "Look how they strain just to carry their equipment," one scout reported back. "Our powered armor makes their strength seem like that of children." The War Council met 3 days later. 12 alien species were represented, each having contributed forces to the Dominion's mighty fleet. They watched the scouting footage with growing excitement. "Their strongest weapons can't even penetrate our basic shields," one general noted. "Their aircraft would be shot down before they could get close to our ships," another added. "Their ground forces have no defense against our energy weapons," a third chimed in. Vale stood before them, proud and confident. "The humans divide themselves by nations, religions, and beliefs. They will never unite against us. I estimate total planetary conquest within 30 Earth days." The Council voted unanimously to approve the invasion. Within hours, 5,000 Dominion ships began moving into attack position. Vale watched them gather with satisfaction, imagining how quickly the humans would surrender when they saw his fleet's mighty power. On Earth below, at a small radar station in Alaska, a young technician noticed some strange readings in the night sky. She checked her equipment twice, then picked up the phone to report it. Within minutes, similar reports began coming in from stations worldwide. The humans were about to teach the Dominion their first lesson about underestimating Earth. Nothing unites humanity quite like a common enemy. The first attack came at dawn. Green energy beams lit up the sky above Pearl Harbor, but something unexpected happened. The beams scattered in Earth's thick atmosphere, losing most of their power before reaching their targets. On the bridge of the U.S. Nimitz, Captain Tom Richards watched the alien ships through his binoculars. Their weapons were failing, but the aliens didn't seem to notice. They kept firing the same ineffective beams repeatedly, expecting different results. "Sir," his radar operator called out, "their ships are moving into the lower atmosphere. They're trying to get under the scatter effect." Tom smiled. That's exactly what he'd hoped they'd do. "Launch all fighters," he ordered. "Tell them to stick to the plan." 40 F-35 fighters roared off the carrier's deck. The aliens didn't even try to stop them at first, probably thinking such primitive aircraft couldn't hurt their advanced ships. They learned differently when the first missile struck. The alien shields were designed to stop energy weapons, not physical objects moving at high speed. The primitive human missiles tore through their defenses like paper. 3 alien ships exploded in the first minute of combat. In his command ship, Supreme Commander Vale watched in shock. "Impossible. Their weapons are too simple to harm us." "Sir," First Officer Reed reported, "we're taking heavy losses worldwide. They're projectile weapons. Our shields aren't calibrated for them, and their aircraft can maneuver in ways our pilots can't match." It was true. The human pilots flew like they were born in the sky, pulling turns that would kill any alien pilot. Their smaller, more agile aircraft could change direction instantly, while the alien ships turned in wide, predictable arcs. "Launch ground forces," Vale ordered. "Their primitive ground vehicles can't possibly match our hover tanks." But the ground attack went even worse. The aliens' hover tanks got stuck in mud, snow, and sand. Their energy weapons couldn't lock onto targets in rain and fog. Meanwhile, human tanks fired depleted uranium shells that cut through alien armor like it wasn't there. In Moscow, Russian T-90 tanks ambushed a column of alien vehicles, destroying 30 of them in minutes. In the deserts of Egypt, human soldiers used shoulder-launched missiles to down alien aircraft. In the jungles of Brazil, special forces teams set traps that disabled alien walking machines. "Sir," Reed's voice shook as he delivered his report, "we've lost contact with 40% of our ground forces. The humans, they're everywhere. They pop up from underground tunnels. They hide in trees. They attack from buildings we thought were empty." Vale slammed his fist on his command console. "Where is their main army? Why won't they mass their forces and fight us properly?" "That's just it, sir. They're not fighting the way we expected. Every human with a weapon is fighting back. They're not waiting for orders from a central command. They're just fighting. Everywhere. All the time." The reports kept coming in. Human submarines sank alien ships from beneath. Human drones, too small to track effectively, dropped explosives on alien positions. Human hackers had somehow created a computer virus that was infecting alien targeting systems. "Full retreat," Vale finally ordered. "Get our forces back to high orbit. We need to rethink our strategy." As the alien ships pulled back, leaving their damaged vessels and defeated ground forces behind, humans worldwide began collecting the alien technology. In laboratories and workshops across the planet, scientists and engineers started taking the alien devices apart, learning their secrets. At the White House, the president addressed the nation. "Today, we have shown that Earth will not fall easily, but this is just the beginning. The aliens will be back, and next time, they'll be ready for our current weapons and tactics, so we'll just have to come up with new ones." In orbit, Vale studied the casualty reports with disbelief. They had lost over 800 ships and thousands of ground troops. And somehow, the humans were already adapting their tactics to counter alien technology. This was supposed to be an easy conquest. Instead, it had become a nightmare. In an underground lab beneath the Rocky Mountains, Dr. Jack Miller held up a piece of alien metal. His team had been working nonstop for 2 weeks, studying the remains of crashed alien ships. What they discovered amazed them. "Their technology isn't more advanced than ours," he told the gathered military leaders. "It's just different. They focused on energy weapons and shields because their home worlds have thin atmospheres. They never had to deal with weather like Earth's. Around the world, other scientists made similar discoveries. The aliens' computers were powerful but couldn't handle human computer viruses. Their ships were strong but couldn't fly well in rain or snow. Their armor could stop energy beams, but shattered when hit by good old-fashioned bullets. "We don't need to copy their technology," Jack explained. "We need to combine it with ours." In secret facilities across the planet, human engineers got to work. They added alien shield generators to regular tanks, making them nearly invincible. They combined jet engines with alien gravity drives, creating aircraft that could fly in space. They even found a way to make alien energy weapons work in Earth's atmosphere by adjusting their power settings. Meanwhile, the aliens tried to land ground forces again. This time, they chose the most extreme environments, thinking humans wouldn't be able to fight there. They were wrong. In Siberia, Russian Special Forces troops ambushed alien patrols in -40-degree weather. The alien soldiers, unused to such cold, could barely move in their frozen armor. In the Sahara Desert, British SAS teams destroyed alien water supplies, knowing the aliens couldn't handle the heat like humans could. How do they do it? Vale demanded, watching footage of humans fighting in a tropical rainforest. Their bodies are so fragile, yet they keep fighting in conditions that would kill most species. First Officer Reed had an answer. "Sir, we found something interesting in their historical records. Humans evolved as persistence hunters. Before they had technology, they would chase prey until it collapsed from exhaustion. They can keep going long after most species would give up." The United Nations called an emergency meeting. For the first time in history, all countries agreed to share their military resources and technology. The Earth Defense Force was born. Dr. Miller's team led the EDF's technology division. They taught soldiers worldwide how to use the new hybrid weapons and vehicles. Human pilots learned to fly the new spacecraft, while engineers built underground bases that could withstand alien attacks. But the aliens had tricks too. They began using biological weapons, releasing deadly viruses into Earth's cities. To their surprise, most humans survived. Generations of fighting diseases had made humans incredibly resistant to biological attacks. Their immune systems are remarkable, an alien scientist reported. They're exposed to millions of bacteria and viruses every day just by living on their planet. Our weapons barely affect them. Vale was getting desperate. Nothing in the Dominion's long history of conquests had prepared them for humans. Every time the aliens developed a new weapon or strategy, humans would analyze it, adapt to it, and find a way to counter it within days. In his mountain lab, Dr. Miller made another breakthrough. "Look at this," he told his team, pointing to a captured alien computer. "Their networks are all connected to a central system. But our internet," he smiled, "our internet is chaos. They can't shut it down because it has no center." The aliens intercepted some of Earth's military communications and found them confusing. Humans used simple code words and changed them randomly. They drew pictures in the dirt when radios failed. They made plans on paper that couldn't be hacked. They used old technology when new technology was being jammed. As the first month of war ended, the aliens had lost nearly half their invasion force, but humans were just getting started. In labs and factories worldwide, they prepared for something the aliens never expected: a counterattack. Major Anna Stone crouched in the shadows of her stealth ship, watching the alien command vessel through her night vision goggles. Her team of 12 Special Forces operators had trained for this mission for 2 weeks. They were about to do something the aliens thought impossible: board one of their ships in space. "They still haven't detected us," her tech specialist whispered. "Their sensors are all focused on energy signatures. They never thought to look for a ship running dark." The humans had built their stealth ship using old submarine technology combined with alien metal. It gave off no heat, no energy, and no radio signals. To the aliens' high-tech sensors, It was as invisible as a piece of space debris. "Remember," Anna told her team, "we move fast and quiet, just like we practiced." They had practiced this mission underwater in the deep ocean, knowing that space combat would feel similar. While the aliens struggled to move in zero gravity, Anna's team swam through space like seals, using small gas bursts from their modified scuba gear. Inside his command ship, Supreme Commander Vale was getting more frustrated every day. "Nothing is working," he shouted at his war council. "We've tried every weapon in our arsenal." "Sir," a general suggested, "perhaps we should use the megavirus, the one designed to attack their nervous systems." Vale agreed. The aliens released their deadliest biological weapon into Earth's atmosphere. They watched through their sensors, expecting to see humans fall sick by the millions. Instead, something unexpected happened. Most humans didn't even notice they'd been infected. Those who did get sick recovered within days. Somehow, living on a planet full of diseases had made humans incredibly resistant to biological attacks. "Impossible," the alien scientists declared. "How can they survive this? The virus should have killed them all." What the aliens didn't understand was that humans had been fighting diseases for their entire history. Their bodies had dealt with everything from the common cold to the plague. Compared to some Earth viruses, the alien weapon was barely a nuisance. While the aliens were distracted by their failed biological attack, Major Stone's team reached the command ship's airlock. Using tools designed by Dr. Miller's team, they cut through the alien security systems in minutes. "Their security is too complex," Anna observed as they moved through the ship's corridors. "They rely too much on technology. They never expected someone to just cut through their walls." The aliens had built their ships with many automated defenses but few actual guards. They never thought anyone could get past their outer security. They were wrong. Anna's team reached the ship's main computer room without being spotted. They quickly overpowered the few alien technicians inside and began downloading data. What they found shocked them. "Ma'am," her tech specialist called out, "you need to see this. These aliens, they've never lost a war. They've conquered 12 other species." But he paused. "Reading more data, none of those species ever fought back like we do. They all surrendered after the first attack." While the team gathered intelligence, something even more important was happening back on Earth. Dr. Miller's team had finally cracked the alien shield technology, but they did more than just copy it. They found a way to turn it off. Vale was in the middle of planning his next attack when suddenly every shield in his fleet flickered and died. At the same time, his computer screens filled with a message in English. "Did you really think you could defeat humanity?" Alarms blared throughout his ship. "Sir," his security chief shouted, "we have intruders. They're in the main computer core. And our shields, they're not just down, they're completely burned out." Vale rushed to the computer room, but he was too late. Anna's team had already vanished, taking with them the complete technical specifications of every weapon and defense system in the Dominion's arsenal. The war was about to enter its final phase, and for the first time, Supreme Commander Vale felt something he'd never experienced before. Fear. The young alien soldier couldn't stop watching the video. It showed something called the Battle of Stalingrad. Humans fighting in frozen ruins, surviving on almost no food, refusing to give up even when victory seemed impossible. He wasn't the only one watching. Across the Dominion fleet, similar videos were appearing on every screen. Earth's hackers had found a way into the alien communication network. Now they were flooding it with humanity's military history. The aliens learned about the 300 Spartans at Thermopylae, the Siege of Malta, the Battle of Britain, and countless other examples of human courage and determination. In his command ship, Supreme Commander Vale tried desperately to block the transmissions. "Shut down all communication systems," he ordered, but it was too late. His troops had seen too much. "Sir," First Officer Reed reported, "the soldiers are asking questions. They want to know why we weren't told about humanity's history of warfare. Some are refusing to fight." The videos showed humans fighting in conditions that aliens couldn't imagine. They saw soldiers crawling through mud under machine gun fire, Marines island hopping across the Pacific, tanks battling in the desert heat. Each video came with a simple message: this is who you chose to fight. But the humans weren't just sharing war stories. They also showed other things. Sports competitions where humans pushed their bodies to the limit, explorers climbing the highest mountains, divers going to the deepest parts of the ocean, astronauts living in space. How can they do all this? Alien scientists wondered. Their bodies are so fragile, yet they voluntarily go to such extreme places. Vale's problems got worse when the humans started broadcasting on all frequencies. They didn't use complex codes or encryption. Instead, they used simple radio waves that any alien could hear. They played music, songs about freedom, rebellion, and fighting against impossible odds. We can't block their transmissions, Vale's communication officer explained. Their system is too primitive. They're using frequencies we thought were too basic for communication. The humans had another secret weapon: their internet. The aliens tried to shut it down, but couldn't. Unlike the alien centralized networks, the human internet had no center to attack. It was chaos, but it worked. Their communication network makes no sense, alien technicians complained. It's inefficient, unorganized, and impossible to control. But somehow it's also impossible to destroy. More alien soldiers began watching human broadcasts. They learned about guerrilla warfare, about humans fighting against stronger enemies and winning. They saw documentaries about human special forces training, about survival experts living in the wilderness, about ordinary people doing extraordinary things. Some alien soldiers started sharing the videos with each other. Others began questioning their orders. A few even tried to copy human tactics during battles, much to their commander's horror. "Sir," Reed reported to Vale, "morale is getting worse. 3 ships reported mutinies today. The soldiers, they're saying if humans can fight like this with primitive technology, what will they do with our advanced weapons?" Vale stared at his own screen, which showed footage of human children learning martial arts. Even their younglings were trained to fight. In all his years of conquest, he'd never seen anything like it. "The worst part," Reed continued, "is that the humans know we're watching. Every transmission ends with the same message: you can retreat now, or learn what happens when humanity fights back at full strength." In his private quarters, Vale watched another human video. This one showed something that truly terrified him. Humans laughing in the face of danger, making jokes while under fire, staying calm in situations that would break most species. What kind of creatures are they? He wondered aloud. And what have we gotten ourselves into by attacking them? The answer came in the form of another human transmission. "You haven't seen anything yet." Operation Thunderbolt began at midnight. Across Earth, thousands of modified fighter jets took off simultaneously. They looked like normal F-35s and F-22s from the outside, but inside they carried a mix of human and alien technology that made them deadlier than anything the Dominion had ever faced. Dr. Miller watched from the command center as the radar showed Earth's forces rising into the sky. "Remember," he told the military commanders, "their shields can't stop physical objects moving at high speed. That's why we kept the regular engines alongside the alien gravity drives." The alien fleet detected the approaching aircraft, but didn't seem worried. Their sensors showed the same primitive Earth vehicles they'd fought before. They had no way of knowing that each fighter now carried weapons designed to exploit every weakness humans had discovered in alien technology. "Enemy fighters approaching," Vale's radar officer reported. "Standard Earth aircraft." "Wait, something's wrong. They're moving too fast." The human pilots had trained for weeks in simulators, learning to use both regular jet engines and alien gravity drives together. This let them pull maneuvers that would have torn apart any normal aircraft. They could stop in midair, flip around instantly, and accelerate to speeds that even alien ships couldn't match. Impossible. Vale shouted as the first wave of human fighters tore through his fleet's defenses. How are they flying like that? But the fighters were just the beginning. From the oceans below, human submarines launched new types of missiles that combined regular explosives with alien energy weapons. The alien shields, designed to stop one or the other, couldn't handle both at once. "Sir, we're losing ships everywhere." Reed's voice shook as he gave his report. "The humans, they're not just using our technology, they're using it better than we do." On the ground, Earth's armies launched their own attacks. Tanks equipped with alien shields rolled forward, while infantry wearing modified alien armor advanced behind them. But unlike the aliens, who relied completely on their advanced technology, human soldiers carried backup weapons too. When alien jamming devices blocked their new weapons, they simply switched to regular guns and kept fighting. They adapt too quickly. An alien general complained. "Every time we find a way to stop one weapon, they switch to another." The humans had another advantage. They knew how to fight in every environment. While alien troops struggled to move in Earth's higher gravity, human soldiers ran and climbed with ease. When alien sensors were blinded by rain or snow, humans who had trained in all weather conditions kept fighting. Vale watched in horror as more and more of his ships exploded or retreated. The humans weren't just winning. They were completely destroying his fleet's ability to fight back. Every alien tactic failed. Every technological advantage was turned against them. "Sir," Reed reported, "the humans are broadcasting a message to all our forces." Vale listened as a human voice came through his ship's speakers. "Your shields don't work against our weapons. Your sensors can't track our stealth ships. Your troops can't fight in our gravity. You have 1 hour to surrender, or we'll show you what else we've learned from studying your technology." In the command center, Dr. Miller reviewed the battle data with satisfaction. The aliens had thought humans would copy their technology exactly, not realizing that humanity's greatest strength was its ability to take ideas and make them better. "Send the next wave," he ordered. The radar screens filled with more dots as Earth launched its second attack. This time, the dots represented something new: human-built spaceships designed to take the fight beyond Earth's atmosphere. Vale stared at his tactical display in disbelief. In just 2 months, humans had gone from a primitive civilization to one that could defeat the Dominion's best weapons. And now, they were ready to take the war into space. How? He wondered. How did they learn so much so quickly? The answer came in another human broadcast. "This is what happens when you force humanity to evolve. We don't just adapt. We thrive on challenges. Thank you for giving us the motivation to reach the stars." Supreme Commander Vale stood before the Dominion War Council, but this time he wasn't giving orders. He was trying to explain how his mighty invasion force had been defeated by a primitive species in just 3 months. "The humans," he said, his voice shaking, "they don't fight like any species we've ever met. When we destroy their weapons, they build better ones. When we block their attacks, they find new ways to fight. They never stop. They never give up." The council chamber erupted in angry shouts. Representatives from 12 alien species demanded answers. Their combined fleets had conquered entire galaxy sectors, but now half their ships were destroyed or captured by humans. "How many ships did we lose?" one council member asked. 3,000 destroyed, Vale reported. 2,000 captured. The humans are already taking them apart and learning how to build their own. And ground forces. Over 100,000 troops lost or captured. The rest are refusing to fight. They've seen too many human war videos. They're scared. On Earth, celebrations broke out as news of the alien retreat spread. But in underground labs and military bases, humans kept working. They knew the war wasn't over yet. They wanted to make sure no one would ever try to invade Earth again. Dr. Miller's team had made another breakthrough. "Look at this," he told the military leaders, pointing to a captured alien star map. "Their empire is huge, but it's built for peace, not war. They'd never faced a real fighting force before. That's why they didn't know how to handle us. Major Anna Stone, now promoted to colonel, led the first human expedition into deep space. Her fleet of hybrid ships, part human technology, part alien, carried a message to other worlds. They would show that Earth wanted peace, but was ready for war. The aliens thought they were advanced because they had better technology, she told her crew before launch. But they forgot something important. Technology doesn't win wars. People do. Back in the Dominion's capital, the War Council received disturbing news. Their conquered worlds were rebelling, inspired by Earth's example. Videos of human battles had spread throughout the galaxy, showing that even a primitive species could fight back and win. We have to negotiate, Reed advised Vale. The humans are offering peace terms. Vale read the human demands with surprise. They weren't asking for surrender or slavery, things the Dominion always demanded from defeated enemies. Instead, humans wanted fair trade, cultural exchange, and a promise that the Dominion would never again attack developing worlds. They want to learn from us, Vale realized, but they also want to teach us. They think everyone deserves a chance to develop in their own way. The peace treaty was signed 1 month later. Human representatives sat alongside alien leaders, sharing stories and ideas. The aliens learned that humans had something unique, the ability to see beauty in differences, to learn from everyone they met, to take ideas from anywhere and make them better. You know what's really funny? Dr. Miller said during the signing ceremony. If you had just come in peace, we would have shared everything with you anyway. Humans love learning new things. Vale, no longer a supreme commander but now a peace ambassador, had to agree. His species had traveled the stars looking for worlds to conquer, never realizing that friendship was more powerful than fear. As alien diplomats toured Earth's cities, they saw something remarkable. Humans had already started combining alien and Earth technology in new ways. They built hospitals with alien healing devices, schools with alien teaching tools, and homes with alien energy systems. They beat us, Vale told Reed as they watched Earth's first faster-than-light ship launch into space. But instead of destroying us, they made us better. Maybe that's the most human thing about them. They don't just want to survive. They want everyone to thrive. The galaxy would never be the same. Humanity had arrived on the galactic stage, not as conquerors or victims, but as teachers, showing that true strength comes not from having the best weapons, but from having the wisdom to know when not to use them.